Hey everyone, my name is Ronak and back with another video, and I'll be starting the new series of statistics which is going to cover statistics in depth. So I'll be covering what is statistics and what you can do with it. So today the first video is going to be the introduction video, and I'll be introducing you to the concept of the statistics, like what do we actually have in the syllabus and everything. And I'll be starting soon. I'm just waiting for some people to join. You can ask me some questions if you want, not personal questions, anything related to your career and everything, and I'll try to answer. Okay, so in the beginning of the video what I'll do is I'll just answer some of the questions. So I'm also looking at the live chat, so you can just go to the live chat section and you can just see it. So you can comment over there, and I'll try to answer your questions. And at the end of the video I might take some questions as well. The question is asked by Gulshan Patak. So it is how to get started with Python. So now many beginners are trying to get into the area of the programming, and what I would suggest is that Python is not the only language that you should focus on. You just can you can take any language you want. Okay, first of all you need to have a concise idea. Now many people want to get into the area of the machine learning or deep learning. They can go for Python because Python is pretty much easy. Now some people want to get into web development, so I would say that JavaScript is more lucrative. On the other hand, some people are looking forward to do software development, so the software development, the better language would be like Ruby on Rails or Java, something like that. And if you want to start Python, the best way I can tell you is using the documentation is really good. You can just check the documentation. If you do not understand the documentation, the another option is YouTube videos, and I have already made a lot of videos on Python development. You can just check my channel, you will find it in the playlist section. There are somewhere around 50 videos, more than 50 videos I have covered on the Python. Gulshan Patak is asking me, I am recruited by TCS, should I accept it or not? See, it completely depends on you. Like, I would I cannot cuss about the company or everything. See, there are always up and downs in each and every company, and it is up to the personal experience. I would say the company is one of the leading consultancy in IT industries in the India. Okay, so definitely it is worth joining because it has name. Okay, the name has been established already, and you can just focus on the project. So it is, like I said, it is completely up to you how you can handle it, the work environment and everything. Like, I believe that you should get what you really deserve. That is something that matters, because I don't think that you can just work on some area that you are not interested in. Many times it does happen, and I have seen many of the cases. So do what you love. You can also work at some of the startup if you are interested, if you have something in your mind like that. Oh, big fan sir by Among. Yeah, thanks. Afrit Sheikh, big fan. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so it is about strong meme game. Okay, yeah, I do uh, make a lot of memes, lot of dank memes, I would say, but that is a kind of personal question, so I will just like to leave it. You can ask anything related to your career. Gulshan, okay, so what is your designation, sir? So currently I am pursuing masters. I am a student of masters of engineering. I'm in my second year. The course is of 24 months. I'm in my second year. I've completed my first year. And can I join with you as an employee? Okay. Currently, I don't have any startup, but if I might in future, I can just you can just give it a shot. You can send me your resume. I can shortlist you. HTML and CSS in CSS3. Okay, so I'm not much of the web developer, but I can try. Is math needed for deep learning? Yes, absolutely. See, I have seen many people who just want to pursue the career in the machine learning or deep learning. See, if you want to go into the deep research, I would say, yeah, math is extremely important. Okay, so you are going to require statistics, probability, linear algebra, and everything. You need to have a good grasp over even the calculus, I would say, for the backpropagation algorithm and whatnot. But mathematics is the essence, I would say, of deep learning. Okay, so if you are planning to get into the deep research area of the deep learning, you are definitely going to require, if you just want to make an application, a framework is going to be enough. Okay, so you need to just have a good grasp of only the basics of the linear algebra and statistics. You don't need to dive deeper into the mathematics, I would say, because mathematics is, for some people, it is quite mind boggling. And most likely it happens that the IT and CS people, the courses that they are offered are not like, the students don't have much grip over the mathematics. So I would say that yeah, you should develop your mathematical skills, because they are going to be useful in each and every areas of your life. Prashant, so how can I stand out if everyone is learning the same thing, i.e. MLAI? See, like I said, you can stand out if you have a certain idea. Now, the best example is that there are many Android developers I have seen. Okay, so they rarely use, I would say, ML or DL. Okay, and they make great apps. So M Indicator, when it was launched, it was an extreme app. It didn't have machine learning. Now the app is getting mature, and as it gets mature, the business point of view, the commercialization and everything, then I think you might require a little bit of big data and everything, but not in the initial stages. Okay, you can just get along with whatever idea you have, and if you belong to any other engineering stream, you can just try to work on a startup of yours if you have a concrete idea. Okay, that is unique. Is there a way to marry human creativity with ML? Can systems learn the creativity of the humans? Yeah, systems are getting mature day by day, but not at this moment, I would say. It is at least going to take 50 years, that the humans will be scared of the technology. Not at now. Not currently, I would say. Yeah, Afrit Sheikh. So, do deep learners write entire network just with NumPy and pandas? Yeah. So, if you are into deep research, I would say, yeah, they do write with the numpys and pandas. But if you are just looking forward to create an application, you are not going to require, you don't have to write a lot of code, I would say. You can use frameworks like PyTorch and TensorFlow. There are many more frameworks. Okay, so some of the frameworks, they completely shut down. But yeah, deep learning has been dominant in the research area, I would say, not much in industry. I do see many of the applications with the deep learning, because deep learning covers a lot of aspects in your existing life. Okay, so there is object recognition, there is speech recognition, there is stock market prediction, like time series forecasting and everything. So a lot of stuff is there in the deep learning, and for that, I would say you are going to require something known as transfer learning. I might make a tutorial in the future, not at the moment, I would say. Sir, how statistics play a vital role in the machine learning? Yeah, I'm going to cover this. Do you think MLDL AI is getting over abused? Yeah, a little bit, I would say. Why? The reason is that people tend to gravitate towards the things that are, quite flashy. And there was a time when web development was extremely dominant in the industry, and everyone just wanted to get their hands over PHP, HTML, CSS3, and CSS, not CSS3, CSS3 came later, CSS. So they did try to hop onto the, what I would say, the web development. Okay, and times do change. The tech industry is completely a vicious cycle. Everything just repeats over and over again. So yeah, it is getting over abused, and the reason is the deepfake project. So that was a, I would say, like, it was created to just abuse someone or something like that, you can just clone the person in the video. You just have to feed a clip, and then the algorithm, the deep learning algorithm, is going to move according to you. So what you say, the particular person in the video is going to say. What are your suggestions for these new era kids who are in the race to learn MLDL? Okay, so if you want to learn MLDL, I would say that you should definitely go for the mathematics background. Okay, so pure science streams, bachelor's of science in mathematics, pure maths, applied maths, everything is fine. And then you can just hop on to the statistic part in your masters. So in India, I would say there is Indian Statistical Institute, ISI. That is the, like, it is on pinnacle of the statistics. Okay, there is the best stuff that you are going to get. Researchers in industry for a longer time find it difficult to switch from Java to Python, but Java is also used for ML. What are you use? I personally haven't used Java for machine learning, but yeah, I would say switching careers becomes tough, because once you get your hands deep inside any of the language, it definitely gets difficult to switch over to the areas, because your speed is going to get compromised, your expertise is going to get compromised, and basically everything gets compromised. So I would suggest you that you should focus more on the mathematical aspect, the concepts, the algorithms, how they work in the real life, and then I think you can pretty much hop onto it. Okay, so language is just a tool, I would say, because many people even use Tableau and, like, not Tableau I would say, but Excel, okay, to perform regression. Like, everything is possible. Tools are basically just a medium. What you required is the gist, the crux of the concept, and that you have to learn. What's your favorite algorithm, and can you explain it to me in less than a minute? Okay, so my favorite algorithm, if you will ask, it is linear regression. So linear regression is the classification regression algorithm. So it works on the straight line principle. So it is going to calculate the slope, and it is going to try to pass the line through all of the points that are dominant. Yeah, so I think I should start, and I'll be taking the more questions in the end of the tutorial. Okay, so now let us see what you are really going to get from this course. Okay, so this is stats for CS applications. Yeah, so statistics formally, if you will ask me, so what is statistics? Like, everyone is confused with the term and how it is included in the CS applications. Like, statistics has far more applications than we know. Okay, so there are no limitations of the statistics. Statistics, I would say, is a pure science area. Okay, and machine learning and everything, the areas that have evolved over the period of time, are the applications of the statistics. Okay, so why statistics? What is its importance, and how it is linked with the computer science? Yeah, so statistics in whole is the study of the data in order to figure out, or I would say not figure out, I would say in order to attain some inferences. So data, like, if you study the data, you can pretty much figure out that what is going to be the outcome in the near future. Okay, so that is the, I would say, the basic of the statistic. I just won't go with the bookish definitions or the Google. I am just trying to make the thing simpler. Then what is its importance? Okay, so importance, I would say, in the area. So I am going to link the statistics to areas of the CS and the areas that are linked to the CS. The reason is, first of all, I am not a statistician. Okay, I am an engineer, and being an engineer, I would say definitely that I need only the application aspect of the statistics. I don't have to get into the statistical research. Okay, I am going to cover the basics of the statistics. So now its importance. Okay, so there are many areas. First of all, so there are areas. Now we can just forget about the machine learning and deep learning. The reason is, it is closely related with the AI field. Okay, CS has nothing to do with it. How CS came into the picture? The reason was this: the applications that are made, the real world apps, are linked with the computer science. That is how AI and mathematics and CS. So consider it as a Venn diagram, and the intersection point of all three of the areas, so CS, math and AI, comes together, and that is basically machine learning. Okay, now how it is linked with the CS. Okay, so first of all, let us discover some areas of the CS. So the areas of the CS, though one of the basic areas of the CS is computer simulation and modeling. Okay, then there is operation research. There are a lot more areas than you can think. Then there is this business analytics. Okay, so business analytics and everything is linked with the business. I am just trying to stick with the CS. If you are looking forward to learn computer simulation and modeling, like if you have it in the syllabus or if you are having it as an elective, definitely you are going to require statistics. It is completely based on statistics, you cannot deny it. Okay, even I would say the machine learning is termed as the glorified statistics. Statistics is closely related with all of these areas, so these areas pretty much convert. So the basic areas I would say is computer simulation modeling, then operation research. After that, machine learning is obviously there. Then there is this deep learning. Apart from that, I would say business statistics. So business analytics, like the I would say the bedrock of the finance is completely dependent on statistics. So even there it is going to get used. Okay, and now let us see how it is linked with the CS. Like I said, like assume a picture in your mind that there is a Venn diagram of the areas of the, like the CS, math and AI, and the intersection point of those three areas, okay, is going to consider the applicability of the statistics with the CS. Okay, like you might have seen a lot of machine learning algorithms. I don't have to tell you that. Like if it was not so hype, you wouldn't have been asking me in the live chat about it. Okay, now what you can expect from this series. Okay, so this is going to be a series. I'll try coming live over and over again and try to cover the basics of the statistics. And so this is going to be a kind of playlist. I would try to make a playlist. Okay, so even after, like even if you are not able to come live, you can later check on the video. Okay, so it is not going to be an issue. So what you can expect. Okay, so definitely you are coming here live, so you are expecting something or the other. So I would say what you can expect from this series. So what you can expect is the basic understanding of statistics. Okay, statistics is a really big picture. Okay, so it is a branch of pure math, I would say. Okay, and statistics has been derived from it. So definitely you are going to acquire a basic understanding of statistics. Second is how statistics does impact other areas of your life. See, once you get a grip over analyzing the data and pointing out the inferences, I would say that you are going to try to implement statistics in all aspects of your life. Okay, if you go somewhere or the other and you just get your hands on the data, you are not going to stop yourself from trying to figure out some inferences from the data. So that does happen, and it has happened with me. Okay, so I'll share a little bit of my story later on. And the kickstarter to the concept of the stats. Okay, so I'll be covering the basic terminologies of the statistics. Definitely statistics is extremely massive course. I cannot cover it, but I can definitely get you started. Okay, so if you are getting started with the statistics, then you can learn by yourself. I would also try to implement some of this stuff with my best belief and knowledge in Python or Excel. Okay, so you are going to get even a little bit of practical experience with the stats. Okay, so course contents. Now what you can expect from this course. Okay, so I am going to lay down some foundational concepts that are being used in the course. First of all is the course, and second is that you are basically going to get an idea of what you are going to learn in this series. Okay, and I'll try to make series as much fast as I can. Definitely now some people I have definitely seen try to study the concepts like 15 or 20 days before the examination. If you have statistics in your exam, or if you are having computer simulation modeling, I just want you to get started with the statistics. You can skip the programming part because you are going to require the ability to solve everything. Okay, so we will just look at it. Okay, so the first thing that comes in the course is data allocation. So how is data allocated? How do we collect the data, and how do we combine the data and everything? Okay, so just remember this, the today's session is just the introductory section. and session. And what I'll do is I am just going to give you the overview that what you are going to learn, and after that, from tomorrow or I think day after tomorrow, I'll be starting. Okay, so whenever I'll come live, you will come to know. You can just subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon. Okay, then definitely you are going to get a notification from me. So the first step, the prime step, I would say, is the data allocation. Data allocation, there are a lot of methods. Okay, so there is questionnaire schedule. So this is, I would say, a theoretical part. The practical aspect of it, I will show you later, how you can try to acquire some basic, data sets on which you can work. Second is measurement and scaling. Now this is also one of the important concepts, I would say. You cannot just leave this. This is extremely important. Okay, so here you come to know about the theoretical concepts of the statistics once again. So it is going to cover quantitative and qualitative data, then classification of the measurement scales. Okay, then what is goodness of fit and the sources of error. Okay, so there are a lot of things. Don't worry, I am going to cover each and every single thing in detail. You don't have to really worry about it. I'll be covering every single thing with my best belief and knowledge. Don't worry. Now next comes the data preparation. Okay, so the data preparation part is the most important part in the area of the machine learning. You can spend, preparing your data at least 1 month, because you have to feed it in such a manner that you are going to draw the best inference possible with a particular machine learning algorithm. I'm sorry, I'm much more used to talk about the machine learning, but statistical perspective if you would like. Okay, statistics basically just is, I would say, is the study of the data. Okay, it is not the practical implication. Obviously I'm going to try to cover the concepts that are closely linked with the statistics. Okay, and now the next comes, so in data collection, I would say, so basically it is data preparation, data collection. Okay, it is one or the same. So it is going to, like I said, there are going to be two methods. Okay, the questionnaire and schedule, those are completely theoretical. They are quite boring. I might cover them later. Okay, and first start with something that is relevant. Okay, so that which is going to actually catch your eye and motivate you to study statistics further, because in the initial stages, if I stick to theory, in larger amount, definitely many of the people are going to get bored. So I don't want to do that. Now the most important part. Okay, so the statistics is briefly divided into the two parts. It is descriptive statistics and it is inferential statistics. So we are going to cover each one of them in depth. So in descriptive statistics, what you are going to learn? So descriptive statistics has 3 areas. Okay, so 3 areas, I am just just saying it blindly, but what you can do is you can just explore the area. Okay, if you check any course contents of the courses and everything, this is the paradigm of it, this is the approach. Okay, this is the way you learn the statistics. So descriptive statistics is going to cover the measures of the central tendency. After that, it is going to, there is something known as measures of dispersion. Okay, and there is measures of skewness. So I am going to cover all 3 of those. So central tendency, the measures of the central tendency has mean, median and mode. Definitely you might have learned that in the school. Still I'll be covering that. Okay, along with the examples. Then there is measures of dispersion. So it is going to have range, mean deviation, standard deviation. These are the most basics. Okay, and then you will come to know what is skewness and kurtosis. Okay, so that is somewhat theoretical, I would say. Then you come with the measures of the relationship. Okay, so it is going to have the covariance, the Karl-Pearson's coefficient and rank correlation. I am going to cover these. Okay, so this is the basic of the descriptive statistics. Then moving on, we move to the sampling. Okay, sampling is one of the most important parts in the statistics. Why? Because there is something in the data known as the population. So population considers a mass amount of data. Okay, and you cannot work with your algorithm in the testing phase over the population, because population is extremely big. So what you have to do is you have to go with the sampling. What sampling is going to do? Sampling is going to take an exact same proportional data from the entire population. Okay, so what is its use? Okay, so let us assume the basic example. Okay, we have India, and in India I want to study a data of the literacy rate of men and women. And just let us assume for the brevity that there is 45% of literate women and there is 55% of literate men. And this population data consists of 1.3 billion, okay, data values, I would say. Now what you are going to do, you cannot perform directly your algorithm in the testing phase over 1.3 billion population data, 1.3 billion entries, okay, that is practically impossible. So what I'll do is, I'm going to take a sample, okay, a small sample that derives exactly the same properties that I have in my population data. So if I take 100 samples out of 1.3 billion, I would say, 1300, okay, just to avoid the complexities, okay, in the initial stage. So I have to calculate that percent. So the percentage of the men in that data, okay, the 1.3 billion population was 55%. So you have to maintain 55% population in 1300 values of the data, okay. So that is sampling, and it is extremely important. Please don't try to avoid it, okay. You are going to learn, I am going to teach you, don't worry. Then next comes statistical inference. Okay, now like I said, there is descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. I'll be covering inferential statistics in depth. It is going to consider a lot of things, okay. So once you are, pretty much, I would say, known to the concept of the sampling. So sampling consists of t, like students t distribution and everything, like there are a lot of distributions I'll be teaching, don't worry. So statistical inferences, consists of degrees of freedom, standard error, central limit theorems, all of this. There are many much theorems and algorithms. I would just cover them, don't worry. Now next comes hypothesis testing. So what is hypothesis? Now it is extremely difficult to explain hypothesis in short period of time. I'll be covering in the consecutive series, don't worry. So it is going to, so the basic concepts of the concerning testing of hypothesis consists of null and alternate hypothesis. So there are type 1, type 2 errors, and there is level of significance, two tail test, one tail test. Then we have the p values in that, everything that is pretty much complex and advanced. We will be covering it in the future. Now just don't think about it, otherwise you are you are going to get bombarded with a lot of information and much likely to get depressed, I would say. Now next comes chi-square test. Yeah, so chi-square testing is one of the methods of the, I would say, one of the methods to find the difference of the two proportions and everything. That is also complex. So it is going to contain goodness of fit, and that goodness of fit is an extremely important concept in the area of the machine learning, okay. So we will later look at it. Then comes the ANOVA. So what is ANOVA? So it is analysis of variance. So that is extremely advanced concept. Definitely I'll be covering it later on, okay. And apart from that, the most important that comes in end of all of the statistics, that is the linear regression analysis. And linear regression in this series I am going to cover extremely in depth, okay. So it is, like the least squares estimation. Right from the beginning I have already taught linear regression in depth in my machine learning tutorials, okay. So machine learning from scratch, I think that is the name of my playlist. So in that tutorials I have definitely covered, and it is extremely deep, but this time I'm going to go more deeper, okay. I'm trying to study a lot of statistics and machine learning for you people, and I'll definitely do that, okay. So then I'll be covering the multiple linear regression models. Then we will look at the least square estimation methods, R square, adjusted R square, standard error, and then we will look at the F test, T test, everything, every single thing, okay. I'm going to cover, and I'll also try to make it a little bit, I would say, practical oriented, okay. So Python I have already uploaded. I would give it a shot for R or Excel, okay. I might try that, and I'm definitely going to do it, don't worry. And that pretty much covers the statistics syllabus, okay. After that I would say the statistics, like I said, is extremely deep, and we don't just, like, I'm not a PhD statistics student or something. I'm just going to give you the basic overview of the statistics so that you can just start with the statistics by yourself. You don't then require my help to walk along that path, okay. So if we move further, we have factor analysis and discriminant analysis, cluster analysis, and other multivariate techniques. So it is extremely massive, okay. So you can just forget it right now. So now I would talk a little bit about how this is going to be beneficial for you, okay. So if you will ask me, I would say statistics, like how I started with the statistics and how I got into this area pretty much. So in my first semester in my masters, okay, so we have a semester based curriculum in my masters. So in that, in my masters, I had this subject. So I had basically two subjects. So one of them was mathematical foundations of the computer science. So it had a little bit of statistics, okay, probability and statistics, okay, and I was pretty much gravitated towards the area of the statistics that I wanted to study it, because I had some difficulties in my undergrad, okay. So whilst I was pursuing my undergrad, I had this subject called computer simulation and modeling, and it was extremely difficult for me to digest because my mathematics was not much strong, I would say, okay. So and I decided that I should be working on the aspect of the CSM, okay. And then I learned, okay, I learned the basic overview of the statistics, and then in my masters, that skill of my statistics got furnished, okay. Not furnished, I would say, it actually got polished a lot, okay. So I had these two subjects. So one of them was foundations, the mathematical foundations of the CS, and the second subject was research methodology, okay. So if you are, I would say, MBA student or any of the MTech, ME or MS student, you are going to get this subject, okay. So research methodology pretty much covers the statistics in depth, in super depth, I would say. So once you, I would say, pass the barrier of the undergrad, then definitely everything that you do is closely related with the research, okay. So you need this subject. This is the, I would say, one of the most important subjects that you are going to learn, okay. So it is extremely important, I would say. Just please don't try to, neglect it, okay. It is extremely important if you are on your journey for doing PhD. So in that research methodology, I developed the skill of the statistics, okay. So that was the time I learned, and then I started teaching to some people also, so that, teaching basically made a way for me to get my grip more over the stats, okay. And now I decided to make the videos since the pandemic period is going on, and everyone is looking forward to learn something new, okay. So I then started, I basically decided today itself that I am going to make the statistics videos, okay, so that everyone is going to, like those who want to learn are definitely going to learn something or the other from my tutorials, okay. I won't disappoint you, definitely, I would say. Yeah, so that is pretty much the story, and it does help, okay. So if you are learning statistics, then I started to grasp the machine learning concepts very much easily, I would say. Alright, so I'll be covering, so I might end today's session. Now I'll take some questions definitely for 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll try to end the today's session, and then whenever I'll be coming again online, you can just join me, okay. I'll be notifying you all, okay, that I'm coming live on my Instagram or on my all social media platforms. I'll try to inform, then you can just come, okay. Otherwise, the best method, you have to subscribe to my channel and just click on the bell icon. You are definitely going to receive a notification whenever I'm coming live, okay. So now let us take some questions. Yeah, so yeah, so Praveen Kamle is asking, sir, how to get 9.67 pointer. So yeah, so if you see, CGPA is a really big issue, I would say, in the area of education, okay. So everyone needs extremely high CGPA, and just to get good exposure in your further life, I would say, okay. So CGPA is necessary, I would say, to grab your first job. If you have a really really high CGPA, definitely the company is instinctively going to know, like they are going to come to know that you have a good grasp of the academics, okay. Your academic background does look strong, okay. So definitely, I would say. Yeah, if any more questions are there, you can just ask me. I'll just wait for a few seconds. And I would like to talk a little about how statistics can help you, okay. So see, the first thing is that the what we learn, if you learn anything theoretically, you are not going to get a grip over it. Okay, so you have to learn the applicability behind everything that you do, and I would say that learning math is the best thing that can happen in your life. Okay, so many people tend to get scared with the mathematics. Okay, I have seen, and definitely wherever I go to teach, I conduct workshops, so I definitely go over there and I try to get into the mind of all the students. Okay, so I just ask them, okay, so how you are dealing with the problem of the math, and everyone just tries to avoid the mathematics. Please don't do it. Okay, so if you are if you have an urge to learn, please try to learn. Okay, you are going to learn. It is, see, it is not impossible. The only thing it requires is curiosity and dedication, that's all. Okay, you need to just explore the area, and then you are definitely going to get a grasp over it. It is not an issue, I would say. Yeah, so I am not receiving any questions, so I think I should end my live session. So yeah, never mind. So you might have got idea what I'm going to cover in the upcoming tutorials. Okay, so yeah, you can definitely join me. So please feel free if you want to learn something or the other out of your books. That definitely happens. Many of the people might not be having statistics in their curriculum, I would say. Okay, so and if you are trying to get into the area of the ML or DL, definitely statistics is going to be extremely important for you. I would i would like, I bet on it. Okay, if you learn statistics and probability, your life is going to get much more easier if you are trying to pursue machine learning and deep learning. Okay, all you have to learn is the coding aspect of it, and coding aspect you can learn. I guarantee you, if even if you just watch my tutorials, if you are not much keen to you know uh, look at the documentation, read the documentation, because sometimes documentation does get boring, so then you can just watch my tutorial. Okay, so I've tried my level best to cover everything. There is also single video of Python ASAP in, it is something I would say 90 minutes. Okay, the tutorial of 90 minutes, it does cover the aspects of pretty much Python. Okay, so basic Python that is required to get started with anything. Okay, so it does cover. Okay, it is one single video. Yeah, yeah, so thank you for watching. Goodbye.